Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we are taking a look at the Hawke and also talking about the rest of the line that it represents, the all-new British battlecruiser line that has come into early access, this update. What do you need to know about it? What do you need to know about the line? Who are the best commanders? All that good jazz we're going to cover, and then in the background we have this fantastic game that we'll show off that I think really shows off the British battlecruiser playstyle. So if that sounds good, make sure you stick around. So, first things first, British battle cruisers. Man, that gets a mouthful. What do you need to know? Well, they are an interesting bunch. If German battle cruisers focused on secondaries, these battle cruisers supposedly focus on their main guns, and their main guns can slap from time to time. But I think they are let down. I believe they have the standard British dispersion model, which means you don't really have battle cruiser dispersion. It feels like you don't have, it's not as accurate as you'd want. As you see right there, that Rook, which is another one of these battle cruisers, had us dead to rights, and well, he probably should have citadeled us, but was unable to. As far as commander, we are running well. Thanks to being a Wargaming community contributor, I was given early access to John Fisher, the calendar reward commander, and let me just say he is tailor-made for this boat. We'll go over all of his interesting things in a second, but first I want to draw your attention to the squadron of Russian torpedo bombers coming in. We've activated our enhanced AA, and usually I wasn't expecting really good AA on these boats, but in that final slot, at least in the later bits, you do get the option to choose between enhanced AA or enhanced secondary targeting, and I will say I think right there is what changed my mind, and it made me think, you know what, AA is going to be where it is on these guys. But anyways, let's get into the unique commander, John Fisher. For the first time ever, there's actually 3 unique skills in one of these commanders. So that's something very interesting. First, let's go over his base trait. His base trait is going to boost main battery reload time, reduce main battery reload time, and increase the range of your main guns. Then, in the first row, we're running Flammable Cannoneer. Then after that, he has Dance with Death, which is going to boost your reload time per percentage of health hit you've taken, and also boost your traverse speed. So a sort of adrenaline rush 2.0. Then in the next slot is going to be Reformer. This is another one of his unique skills. It's going to boost main battery range, your torpedo range, your main battery dispersion, and your maximum HP. Oh yeah, that's right. There are torpedoes, and don't worry, we do get a torpedo kill in this match. And then at the cost of a little bit of HP. Then the final row is all survivability, but then his final unique legendary skill is going to be Speed as My Armor. Boost engine boost cooldown time, boost the max speed of the vessel, decrease damage when using an engine boost, and then you get an extra engine boost charge. So Fisher, very much made for these boats because, well, they play fairly interestingly. I don't know if you can see what we've kind of been doing, but we haven't exactly been going head on into the action with Hawke. And that's because these boats are very much a sort of passive sort of defensive play, one where you kind of need to read the map, understand where the flow of the battle is going. As you can see, an example in this one, we were sticking to middle, but now that our right-hand side has collapsed, we're going to go out to the right-hand side and try to support our teammates, try to deal with these 2 battleships that are off at fairly long range. And we do have a very impressive range, 20 kilometers with our current build, which is, pretty dang fantastic as far as range goes. But you do need to be worried because, well, for what you have in range, you don't have in protection. So the British battle cruisers, they're very fast. They tend to have fairly large guns. We're at 406. They have pretty decent guns for the tier that they are at. But their trade-off along with the long range, their trade-off for all these fantastic stats is, well, armor that isn't that great. Example, Hawke here, her nose, her bow and stern are 25 millimeters. That's right. That is tier 6 battleship armor. That is not something you really want to be going up against a tier 8 with, but that is the trade-off that you have for incredible range, decent speed, is, well, the lack of armor. Midsection of the boat is 32 millimeters, so you can ricochet some larger caliber guns with that, but you do need to be precise because you have a large citadel that sits out of the water. As a result of this, bow tanking is not your friend. You do not want to bow tank in these boats. You want the battle to flow towards you. You want to control your engagements. You can see we stuck Kondo on ours, and the reason for that is you can see the difference between our max firing range and our concealed distance. And that's very important because it allows you to reposition in these ships, which is very important. You're going to see us firing a lot of HE. We fire AP here and there. There have been sometimes where we got absolutely nasty kills with the AP. There are some matches where the AP, it's British AP. It can feel a little wonky. I would just warn against trying to use the AP at 20 kilometers because you're going to give up a lot of shell pen, and it's probably going to be best if you kind of stick to HE when you're at those ranges. We're not getting the best amount of fires or anything like that, but I think we're still doing fairly respectable as far as that goes. Additionally, Hawke is going to reward the players who understand how to angle. You see, we have with a 16-2 Fisher, we do have 5 heals available to us, meaning if you don't get citadeled, if you understand how to take the hits, you can heal back a lot of that damage, and that's exactly kind of what you want to do in this vessel. That's kind of the plan. So the match is down to 4v4, and well, it's just starting to get interesting as we kind of dawdled around in the back here, hitting the shots I think we kind of needed to, trying to help where we could. We definitely helped stop that push from those enemy battleships off on the right-hand side, but now we have that Massachusetts that we had been pestering throughout the match. He's definitely pushing in, and we have this one sort of battleship trapped out front, taking a lot more of the brunt. So we're going to push in, try to use our AA to kind of protect him as he's taking hits from both of these ships, see if we can get the finishing blow on this North Carolina, since Massachusetts isn't quite in range yet. We do also kind of need to be cautious of wherever this enemy destroyer is, because, well, I haven't seen him in a while, so I don't know where he is, but we are hard spotted, so that tells us that should tell us that he's around here somewhere. But anyways, we're going to continue sticking to the HE. As far as the consumables that the British battlecruisers get, you get your standard damage con. You get a heal that is fairly effective as some torpedoes come in from that enemy destroyer that we had lost track of, giving us a position to him. He's going to pick up 2 hits on us, which will survive. You're going to get those heals, get the speed boost that's going to help protect against, that's going to help, at least when you're running Fisher, help mitigate some damage and also give you that little bit of extra speed. And then you have the AA booster or the secondary battery. I know some people have been running secondary builds on the boat, and I can see the appeal of that, especially if you pair it with Brawler, so you get a higher fire rate. I haven't really tried that out yet. I'm kind of tempted to give that a go relatively soon, but so far I've been really enjoying Fisher. But I think Fisher just offers a lot more in the way of his skills that are very much tailored to this. Massachusetts fire in HE, which is a bit of a choice because he could easily overpen our bow. I think that's just a player knowledge point at this moment, but if he's going to fire HE, I'm still going to just bow into him and let him, do damage to our torpedo tubes. I wanted to try torp this Pobeda because, well, the torpedoes on these vessels are a bit weird. So the torpedoes are all kind of mounted within the hull of the vessel, so you won't see them externally mounted, but they are able to turn. They're gyroscopically aimed torpedoes. So what happens is, I guess some dude is sitting inside the boat. He gets told what heading that these torpedoes need to head out at. He programs that in, and then they launch into the water and make the turn to go at that heading. They are not homing torpedoes. I had a lot of questions about that on my live stream last night. Are these homing torpedoes? No. Just think of it as a unique visual flair as far as how these torpedoes are fired. Look at that beautiful. Look how beautiful those shells were, and we just flopped them all short. Anyways, just think of them as a way, as that is the way that you're turning the torpedo tube. These torpedo tubes don't turn. Once they're fired at the selected angle, you can't turn them to something else. You'll also notice, at least on Hawke, the forward-firing torpedo angle is not great. These boats are meant to kind of be played with their rears facing the enemy, and I would highly suggest that is the style you play them with. The other boats do have better forward-firing angles that I played this evening. I played through the entire line, but with Hawke, it is very much a fire from the rear, which means it can be kind of difficult to line up any torpedo hits in a offensive position. Anyways, Pobeda angled in a way that she could angle against our shells, so we're just going to go ahead, load HE, and wipe her out. Thank you very much. That brings up to 147,000 damage, and well, this match is all but won, but there is still one destroyer out there somewhere, and well, I promised you guys a torpedo kill, so I hope you enjoy what exactly you're about to witness. And coming up, I'll be honest, I'm rusty at this game. I've been off. I've been playing my racing sims. I've been playing Starfield. I've been playing Cyberpunk. I've been off on a honeymoon. Like, I am rusty at this game. I didn't check the scoreboard to see what sort of destroyer I was up against, nor did I decide to like think about the type of alpha strike that I took when I got hit by those torpedoes and how I still have so much health. But given that, I should have known what the destroyer is that we are hunting. But thankfully, our plane is going to spot him right here. It's going to be an Östergötland, and well, we have some HE for him. We'll go ahead, take that as he's going to take cover behind this rock, and we go ahead and destroy one of his torpedo tubes. And already, pan-European destroyers, not exactly the kings of Alpha Strike when it comes to the torpedoes, but especially with that, I know for a fact he cannot Alpha Strike us with a YOLO run. So with that said, I'm going to lock the guns just in case I pull off a dunce move, but we're going to go in for the torpedo kill on the Östergötland. You'll also get to see the secondaries perform a little bit of work as we make our way around the island here. You'll also be able to see what the torpedoes look like when they come out of the vessel. Östergötland dodges the plane's torpedoes, and well, we're going to set one set of torpedoes right here just in case. And you see how it kind of S's and then goes on the path that we instructed it to. Secondaries firing, and we're getting like decent damage, and we're going to put one just bow in for him. He's getting the notification on that first torpedo. He dodges it, but well, it's too late for that second one. Goodbye, buddy. And well, that is the Hawke. So guys, those are the British battle cruisers. I think they're fun. They're definitely more challenging to play. They are not they are not your first battleship to play. They do require a bit of skill, a bit of thought to play. But if you play them well, I think you'll end up enjoying them. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.